What's up, guys? TeachMeGrappling, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm here at the gym. Late night Sunday. It's not that late, but just thought I'd give you guys something. I was gone at the state championships for youth wrestling, so I've been gone. But I wanted to talk about something with you guys, and something that I just noticed in my my little social media feed is that we had Craig Jones make a comment. I guess he posted a video about the finish that Bo Nickal hit, and then this site that I saw was trying to use the names Joe Rogan, a lot like I'm doing right now. Try to use the names Joe Rogan and Craig Jones in order to get some clicks, probably. So I'm doing it too. So let me break it down for you. If you guys don't know, Bo Nickal just pulled off this choke. Let me see what I can do here.
Very few people making their UFC debut would be on pay-per-view.
All right.
You have been in front of these small people. Bo Nickal has.
All right, we're gonna go to the ground here. You guys see that? So now he's got the arm triangle. I know people talking about the meat of the nuts. Don't sweat that for right now. See, Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan, he's saying he's going to beat his guard. By the way, this looks like, because of the camera view, it's mirror image. So keep in mind, it was actually the other side. So they think he needs to go to the side.
Answering the phone or pushing the forearm or the tricep against the neck, it's not effective from this position. And it's tightening it up.
He is tightening it up. See that shoulder?
I think he's just clamped down on. Now he's in deeper and deeper trouble. He's just trying to.
It's getting tighter. And you see the leg is in the half guard.
He's kind of doomed here.
So he's in a tough spot. He can't escape.
He might just go out on the shield here.
He can't sit in there for 2 or 4 minutes and 45 seconds. As Nickal passes the guard, it just gets tighter.
See,
it's gonna get tighter.
as he passes the guard, it just gets tighter. That's what they're trying to say.
It's not an ideal finish.
It's not perfect, but it's enough to.
I agree.
But that's why Jamie's not tapping this. Right? If he does this correct, then Jamie will have no choice but to tap. Now, this is better. This is flat.
But if Nickal gets that left leg free and pops over to the side,
look at that. For a second, Bo Nickal mounted, and then now it's over. So that's how it went. Now, the argument is this. DC and Joe Rogan are saying that he should pass the guard, get to the common finish position where you go to side control for the arm triangle or side choke. The thing that Craig Jones is saying is that he thinks it's wrong because it's not optimal, because when you go to the side, a really high-level competitor is going to be able to either, roll towards their knees or backward roll, he mentioned, in order to escape. And I just want to say what I think. I agree with Craig Jones. I think the arm triangle, although it does get finished quite a bit from side control in the traditional manner, it at high levels, it can be defended by going to the knees. It's something that I always talk about. Obviously, there's really good guys. When you're in a fight, there's pressure. When there's so much pressure going on, it's sometimes too late for the guy. Plus, the guy who's losing isn't just losing. It's not like he's in an arm triangle and he's fresh. he's usually in an arm triangle because he's been getting beat on. He's either knocked silly, kind of like Charles Oliveira and Makhachev, or he's totally gassed, and that's why he's getting his guard passed, and then his arm is up in the arm triangle position. It's usually there for a reason, which means he's already on the losing end of the fight. The move typically isn't put in quickly when someone is fresh, and if it is, rolling to the knees, backward rolling, all these different counters, reaching up, grabbing the leg like this that I've shown on videos is a great way to counter the arm triangle. Now, Joe Rogan and DC are not wrong, so I don't want to say they're wrong. I do think the position could have been finished, but I do think that it was the smart way to go for Bo Nickal to stay where he was. I do prefer mount over half guard. One thing I wanted to mention is staying in the half guard the way Bo Nickal was. If I believe it was, sorry, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name, Pickett. If JB Pickett had very, very good defense, what are you to do from half guard is a question. If Craig Jones is right and staying where he stayed was a way of preemptively stopping Pickett's counter of going to the knees. So Bo Nickal says, I'm going to stay in half guard. If that's his move, his play, what could Pickett have done? One thing is the lockdown. And I'm not saying he could have put it in at any moment, because there was moments where Bo Nickal was kind of turning his hips to the side, and the leg was kind of vined in the half guard in a manner where it may have not been possible. But I do believe had a person of my awareness, I think I would have placed in a lockdown immediately. If you use the lockdown, you'll be able to stretch your opponent. The arm triangle will be greatly ineffective. So that's what I think Pickett needed to do in order to defend Bo Nickal's arm triangle. Having said that, I'm not 100% on Craig Jones's side. I'm like 90% on his side. I do believe he's right. You could say I'm all the way there, but I guess what I'm saying is maybe the language, it's not wrong. It doesn't mean that what Joe Rogan and DC were saying is not correct. I mean, there's lots of ways of finishing. Even I would have even come up with another way of finishing, which I probably had another option if I was Bo Nickal, caught in the half guard. I would have threatened more what he didn't do. I would have threatened by turning on my left side. Not on the video I showed you because it's flipped, it's mirror image. But on Bo Nickal's left, I would have pressured more left in order, instead of what he was trying to do was trying to pull Pickett. He was trying to pull Pickett flat, and he eventually got the job done. He got him flat enough, and then he got to that figure four lock, which I really like that Craig Jones mentioned at the end, because it's what I prefer. There are some guys out there with biceps, bigger than a house, and those guys are just not going to be able to get to their biceps on the arm triangle finish. But it is a much, much better finish for the arm triangle, except for you strong, yoked out, buff dudes. So I do prefer the figure four finish with my arms. So I thought it was kind of cool because Craig Jones, he wasn't trying to call out Joe Rogan. What I saw on social media was just they were trying to pit the two against each other. So I thought it would be good for a discussion and for a lesson to learn, finishing on top in the mount with the arm triangle. I've talked about quite a bit on past videos. I teach my students all the time to finish from the mount. Finishing from top half guard is a bit of a challenge. A lot of times the half guard can be a little too much of a resistance point for the top man to finish. But when you've got a fresh Bo Nickal who's been wrestling since he was a kid, he's incredibly strong. and he was able to wear out Pickett. So anyway, that's my take. I'm going to read a few comments. I can't stay here very long, guys. I know usually when I do a live, I'm here for about an hour, but I'm going to read some comments real quick. What's up, guys? So he need him in the nuts. Yeah, a lot of people want to talk about that. Yeah, on Triangle, been getting the spotlight. Let me see if I can get anything interesting from you guys. Is it normal to hesitate shooting a double A? But I'm sorry, Daniel, but do I? Okay, Luis Felipe Salazar. Do you consider arm triangle a strongman submission? That's a good question. I don't. I don't want to say it's a strongman submission, but it is good for strong men for sure. But the way I believe is everybody should be strong, guys. You should be improving your strength. If you take one of the greatest wrestlers in freestyle wrestling, uh, someone like Satyev, Buvasar Satyev, he's lanky and skinny. I wouldn't call him a strong wrestler, but I guarantee you, if he grabbed you, you would immediately say he's strong. And that's something that I feel the same about myself. I'm not a strong guy. I'm just an average guy, but I'm strong because I've been grappling for 30 years. That's what makes me strong. So I think that that's what's important. So there is strength involved, but I don't consider it a strongman submission. Having said that, if you're really strong, hell yeah, it's gonna make you better, or it's gonna improve your ability to squeeze and choke someone out. So, Common, what's up, man? Do you think Bo Nickal needs more time with trying to figure out how to take down someone against the fence? Um, sure he can improve, but no. I mean, he's been taking people down for a long, long time, and I'm sure he's probably training full time, on that subject. I can't even speak on that. John Jones did so much powerlifting for his heavyweight fight, even though he had a bit of a belly. Okay. Have I seen the finish involving grabbing the opponent's arm and putting them in sort of an Americana? It's a staple of catch wrestling when an opponent tries to survive the katagatami. Yes, I have. So Don Paul bails. When you have an arm triangle position, guys, a lot of times the guy will answer the phone. And when he answers the phone, you can put his arm in an Americana style grip. There's the wrist lock finish. There is a shoulder lock. Sometimes people take the answering the phone and they pull the wrist away from the body and create a shoulder lock. Don, my honest opinion, not a big fan. Again, if you do that to someone who's unskilled, it will probably work. I'm sure I could pull it off on a lot of people, but I'm speaking about pound for pound and level for level. I don't think it's a very good technique. So I know I hate the catch wrestling guys. I get hate from catch wrestling guys when I say that, but I really don't. I'm not a big fan of it. Why is Thug Rose wrestling so terrible? Um, I can't really comment. Sorry. Um, anyway. Okay, so Craig's sister, how much did I miss? Were you in agreement with Joe or Craig? No, I'm in agreement with Craig. I like that Craig said what he said because it illuminates high level grappling technical advice and technical positioning. It highlights that where a lot of people aren't real familiar. And then it also, I don't want to hate on Joe Rogan because I think Joe Rogan is amazing for the sport. So it's not like Joe is a knuckle dragger who doesn't understand jiu-jitsu. I mean, he's very good. He's a black belt. But I will say Joe Rogan is very rudimentary with his jiu-jitsu knowledge. So even saying that about a black belt. I know I sound like a, you know, criticizing someone who's great, but I don't want to come off that way. But what I'm saying is Joe is your average black belt with basic knowledge. He's good. He's a great commentator. He knows his shit. But Craig Jones is another level up, and maybe even few levels up. So having said that, I like the fact that this is a discussion because it kind of exposes DC and Joe Rogan a little bit. But they both know their shit on a very, very basic level, but oftentimes they do not understand the nuances. And I feel the same way that Craig felt when I watch MMA a lot of times, and I hear commentators like DC and Joe say things that are just they're basically in the ballpark, but it's not exactly again. But for your casual viewer, that's who you want to listen to. You want to listen to DC. You want to listen to Joe Rogan. They know their shit. But for you guys that train, Craig Jones is right, and there's a lot more nuance to the position than just what he needed to do was pass the guard, the half guard, and go to the side control for the traditional finish that everyone always sees. You know, there's a lot more nuance to it, and Bo Nickal was not confused on the position. He was just playing it safe and working the position and doing this in a live fight and using all of his knowledge. And I thought it was amazing. I do think he could have done better, but having said that, what he did was incredible, and it showed just how great Bo Nickal is right now. And just imagine how good he's going to be in a few years, as long as he doesn't get knocked upside the head. So, all right, guys, if I can get another question on that, otherwise I got to go. I can't really answer too many of the other questions. I do have a date night with my girl, so I'm going to have to head to that. But again, people want to know about Rose's wrestling, I guess. Purely anecdotal. No. Yeah. It looks like that's about it. So, guys, again, PEDs and jiu-jitsu, maybe we'll talk about that soon. I don't mind talking about that, but just not at this moment. Okay. So, all right, guys, that's about it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Again, I miss you guys so much. I had to go to the state championships, so I was gone, and I haven't put out a video a couple days, and I'll tell you, I go crazy when I don't put out a video for you guys. So I just feel like I have to do one every day. A lot of times I'll take a couple days on the weekend off, but when I miss Friday, it's bugging me. It's Sunday evening, and just wanted to get at you guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I appreciate you so much, and I'll be back next time with more great stuff. Thank you guys. Take it easy.